24 hours later, remarkable Remco Evenepoel has returned.
A resurgent Remco Evenepoel roared to victory yesterday, and the Belgian champion has vowed to keep hunting for stage wins and King of the Mountains points between now and Madrid. It'd be no surprise to see him attacking again today, but he's bound to have company, because this 15th stage looks ideal for the punchers and breakaway specialists before Monday's rest day.
It's really a day for the breakaway, but I think a lot of teams think it, so it will be a big fight. Of course, when I have good legs, I can do something here. It looks a bit like the stage in Dauphiné where I was third, with like a semi-hard climb at the end. But we also have Rui in the team, Rui Costa, which the stage also suits him very well. So we try to have one or two guys in the breakaway, and then the legs will talk.
Little Trek are yet to win at this edition, but Bauke Mollema did take a Vuelta stage in 2013, and the experienced Dutchman, who has become something of a one-day specialist, triumphed on the Tour de France as recently as 2021.
I think the stages I won in the Tour were harder than this one. But yeah, at the moment maybe this kind of race profile suits me better, because I didn't have the best legs the last 2 weeks yet. I was a little bit sick before the Vuelta already, and also last week I had a sore throat, and I was missing really the power to do anything to go in the breaks. But yeah, we will see today how the legs are.
There are also riders who have already won at this Vuelta. They'll be trying to emulate Evenepoel by doubling up.
Yeah, I hope I have teammates if it's a big group. I don't think so much about who else is there. And then we will see on the last climb how I'm feeling, and hopefully I can get away.
Siempre se quiere más, pero es muy difícil. Una victoria ya está bien, ya dos sería genial, pero bueno, creo que va a ser una etapa muy disputada para la escapada. Y bueno, lo intentaremos seguro.
Just under 160 kilometres to cover between Pamplona and Lecanberry, with three categorised climbs: the long but shallow Puerta de Lizarraga, and then two hikes of the Puerta do Duararate, the last of which tops out with just 8.5k to go. The promise is to be an almighty battle to get into the right move. Well, as expected, there was a fast-paced start with you-know-who looking lively, Evenepoel opening up a small gap with around 20 other riders. But Jumbo-Visma were keeping a close eye on anybody trying to bridge across. Jonas Vingegaard jumping on the wheel of Marc Soler here. By this point, the peloton had already been whittled down to a GC group. Jumbo-Visma riding hard to catch the breakaway because they didn't want to let Soler or Alexander Vlasov go up the road. All back together again, but there would soon be counter-attacks. And the move eventually went on the first climb as the peloton stepped off the gas. Evenepoel was up there naturally, along with his fellow stage winner Leonard Kemner, former world champion Rui Costa, Santiago Buitrago and Christian Rodriguez. Evenepoel leading them over the summit and picking up a few more points. And they were soon joined by 10 more riders: Caicedo, Krohn, Hamilton, Vendrame, Mollard, Denz, Bouchard, Janssens, Eliasson and Rubio. The gap creeping up to 3 minutes, with Jumbo-Visma controlling the bunch. Well, three riders in the breakaway were within 20 minutes of the overall lead: Evenepoel, Rodriguez and Buitrago, the highest placed on GC at 13 minutes 15. So Jumbo-Visma weren't going to let them have 8 minutes like yesterday. Well, Jumbo even got a helping hand from Alpecin-Deceuninck, who were perhaps starting to worry about Evenepoel closing the gap on Caden Groves in the points classification. There was no major change in the gap though. It was over 3 minutes as they approached the second climb of the day, where Hamilton and Buitrago went on the attack. This injection of pace from the Colombian really hurting his fellow escapees as the front group began to splinter. Well, much further back, Geraint Thomas was also suffering after a crash. It's been a miserable Vuelta for the Welshman, who was runner-up at the Giro earlier this year. The intermediate sprint gave a clear indication of Evenepoel's intentions. He was going for the stage, not the green jersey points, as the maximum 20 were collected by a teammate of Groves, Jimmy Janssens, who then pushed on. At this point it was obvious the stage victory would go to the breakaway, with the peloton still 3 minutes back. Buitrago and Rui Costa soon caught Janssens and took a small lead onto the final climb. After his efforts yesterday, it didn't look like Evenepoel would be able to close the gap. Buitrago and Costa now leading by around 20 seconds, but they would have some company up at the front as Kemna attacked from the chase group. The German soon catching up and even going solo in the descent. But he then misjudged a left-hander and ended up crashing with only a few kilometres to go. Disaster for Kemna. And yet, Costa and Buitrago were playing games, and that allowed the German to catch up, while the Evenepoel group was closing fast in the final K.
The group is coming behind with Remco Evenepoel, Andreas Kron, Rodriguez. They're coming, but is it going to be too late for the group behind? It starts to open up from this trio. Buitrago down the centre of the road and Kemna starts to kick. Kemna goes, and 1 week ago it was him who took the stage victory, but coming to the line, it's Costa. It's going to be a throw for the line, and Costa takes it. The masterclass. Rui Costa wins his first Vuelta stage victory of his career.
The evergreen Rui Costa turning back the clock to take his first Grand Tour stage win in over a decade. Back in 2013 he won 2 stages of the Tour de France and the Rainbow Jersey. 2023 is turning into a great season as well for the 36-year-old Portuguese. He has taken 4 wins, all of them on Spanish soil.
One victory in Vuelta a España is for me is very, very important, and for the team I'm so happy.
Costa winning ahead of Kemna and Buitrago, with Evenepoel leading in the chase group. The peloton came in at 2 minutes 52, with David Gonzalez just ahead of Groves. No changes in the top 10 overall, so Sepp Kuss still leads. Buitrago has closed the gap on Stef Kras in 12th place. Groves still leads the green jersey standings by 73 points from Evenepoel. He'll have been relieved to see that the Belgian didn't take any at the intermediate sprint. Evenepoel did, though, grab 8 King of the Mountains points. He now boasts a solid lead of 32 points over Michael Storer. Juan Ayuso remains the best young rider by almost 3 minutes. Buitrago and Evenepoel are inside the top 5. The peloton will enjoy a second rest day in Santander on Monday before heading into an intense final week, and there are bound to be surprises on the road to Madrid.